good to be sort of home again here in the Grotto Chapel for 9 a.m. Mass, and really back on Friday. I guess I've been MIA the last month, but obviously with our electronic intruders, nevertheless, here watching us and listening to us. Pay no attention to the sky. So we're confronted this morning with this sort of a litany of things to avoid and things to do on the part of, as St. Paul's writing to Timothy, the dynamic of arguing is in pursuit of truth can be problematic if it's sort of done for its own sake or done for personal aggrandizement. I think that's a tension that exists in a lot of our life, a lot of our choices, and it's the tension is, why are we doing something? Like, what are we fighting for? What are we why are we arguing? What's the real reason? Is it a fear of something? Is it true love for the other person? Is it fear of our own kind of discovering that we don't know as much as we thought we did? Is it, and that's something that can be discerned in prayer, and that's where this money sort of monologue comes in, where, what are we pursuing an income for? This desire to be rich is St. Paul saying a very problematic desire. But some people get rich, right? I don't know what that's like, but in a lot of ways I am rich. But like, really, like some people find themselves truly wealthy with money, but that in of itself isn't problematic, but why they pursued it, and then now and that could be something that needs to be looked at spiritually, but then also because what wealth can become this secondary source of sort of a self-salvation. Like, my Robinhood account looks good, my Merrill Lynch account looks good, my 401k, my house value, I checked out my comparables on Realtor.com, great. And yeah, I go to church on Sunday, and you throw a little to the church, but really my source of confidence that everything's going to be okay is that money, and that it's dangerous, because then we're not, our lives aren't built on God, and as we've heard here today already, we don't get out of this life alive. We don't get to take the money with us. But then in the gospel, we hear about these ladies who must have some extra, who are wealthy in as much as they're trotting around the region with our Lord and providing for him and the apostles out of their means. So did I say something wrong? So the Lord is like, the rich are helping the Lord invariably, and they're helping the apostles. The apostles are like, oh man, we have to eat, rice again, and the ladies are like, all right, fish tonight, and that's not a bad thing, and that's where your wealth and my wealth and how we use it. Are we generous with the church? Are we generous with the Lord? Are we free of attachment to it? And sometimes you discover that when you give it away, and actually it can hurt, even if we know we have plenty, because You can always think of a reason why we might run out. So today we celebrate two saints. You got to pick one technically. So we're doing the optional memorial, the memorial of Hildegard of Bingen, of recent canonization. Pope Benedict finished her canonization back in 2012. It's kind of a funny, but and then St. Robert Bellarmine, heard it called Bellarmine, heard him called a lot of things, and Protestants would probably call him something else, at least in his day. But these are two people who, in so many religious throughout the centuries, among other things, they surrender all, claimed a wealth for the sake of the Lord. Bellarmine was a Jesuit, and Hildegard was a Benedictine nun. And they sort of entrust their care financially, materially, to those who have means in one way or another, and go all in for the Lord. And I think we need to pray, as we support the church in the ways we do, for more vocations to the religious life, which do image this freedom from attachment to the material goods of the world, and a trust in the Lord. And I think that's what we really maybe want to leave this Mass with asking for, is in every dimension of our life, especially the material ones, for a greater trust in the Lord, who today gives us his very body and blood to feed us. St. Hildegard and St. Robert, pray for us.